Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is that you're watching this video. I'm hoping to get my point across, so I'm going to talk a little loud, and I hope that that doesn't come off rude or anything, but for some reason these little telephones, they just don't sound, you can't get the sound out. Anyway, my name is Al. I've got COPD and emphysema. If you're here, most likely you've got it too. And it's no joke. Trust me when I say it's no joke. Just like COVID's no joke, emphysema, COPD, no joke. When you talk to the doctor and they tell you to go home and do your research, there's not a lot of people on the internet that are talking about COPD and emphysema. I mean, you might see the occasional older video, but there's nobody talking about it right now. I don't know, man. It was serious. It freaked me out when I got it. And I don't know, man. I'm still freaked out. It's 6 months into it, and I'm still freaked out. Alright, so COPD, emphysema. What to expect? Well, at first your lungs are going to start filling up at night. And then they're going to start filling up during the day. When I say fill up, I mean with mucus. It'll be clear at first, just clear mucus. Later on, it'll start turning darker, and then that's probably when you're going to get sick and go into a doctor, and they're going to tell you, hey man, you need to go see the lung guy. And then the lung guy is going to put you through all kinds of tests and figure out how bad it is. And you know, it depends on how long you've been smoking and how much you've been smoking. I've been smoking for 40 years. Yeah, think about that. 40 years. Wow. Anyway, that's a lot of cigarettes. Man, back to it. When your lungs start filling up during the day, you're going to start getting to the point where you get out of breath. And when I say get out of breath, I mean you can walk to the kitchen and you feel like you've done run 10 miles. All right? I mean, it's that bad. Man, the doctor told me to go home and do some research. Really wish there had been somebody on YouTube to say, hey, look, dude, it ain't no joke. Get ready. Because if you look down, yeah, I'm in a hospital bed. See here, hospital bed, and my best friend. We'll get back to her in just a minute. All right. So, first time I had an attack, and when I say attack, I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at the camera again. I couldn't remember to do that. This is only my second YouTube video. Well, I made some videos here and there in the past, but we'll talk about them later. No, they were good videos. In fact, I can share some with you later on in some future videos, and they're pretty wild, to say the least. So my first attack happened at about 2 o'clock in the morning. Everyone's asleep. My worst fear is to die alone, and I sleep in my own room. Yeah, come on room. So if I die during the night, my dog's gonna be the only one that knows. So my first attack happened at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was going to the bathroom, got dizzy, passed out, ate concrete. I can still taste the concrete. Blood pouring down my face. That was my first attack. My second attack was in front of my family, but it was bad. And when I say it was bad, I couldn't catch air. My lungs were filling up. It had been a bad few days. And normally when it leads up to an attack, you're going to have a little bit of warning. You're going to have a bad few days where you're coughing up phlegm all the time and you're like, I can't catch air. But anyway, I went into the kitchen. I couldn't catch air. I don't know how I got into the kitchen. And I started ripping off my clothes. I started tearing up the kitchen. And I'm going to let you know something. And I really have a hard time talking about it. But when you die, certain things happen to your body. Yeah. And I did it right in front of my family. Well, my wife and my son. So it was pretty embarrassing. Very embarrassing. But more than the embarrassment, not being able to catch air like that was pretty traumatic. I'd have to say that was my worst one. That was my worst one. I had a couple of few after that, by myself. My wife was gone. Man, I tell you what, that was some scary ones. But, you know, the attacks, they're minimum. I've had maybe 5 severe ones, and I mean really bad ones. As long as I stay on my oxygen 24/7 and don't do a whole hell of a lot, I'm okay. And that really, it's messed up because when other people around you start doing things that you normally do, like mowing the grass, like working on cars, your job, at first it's going to make you mad at the disease. Then you're going to get upset. You know what? You're going to have to throw all that out the door. And my hospice nurse, God bless hospice, God bless them. My hospice nurse told me that I was going to have to throw it all out the door, and I didn't believe him at the time. You're going to have to throw that all out the door. And you're going to have to realize that you've got a serious disease. And you can't do all those things you used to be able to do. And eventually it's going to get a lot worse. So I suggest, ladies and gentlemen, that you go out there, you do your research, but get ready for one hell of a ride. It's one hell of a ride. And if you can get off the cigarettes, maybe you can get on some kind of lung transplant list and get some new lungs and maybe live a while. But me, after smoking for 40 years, there ain't no way. And the only friend I got in this whole world, I keep hearing her down here snoring, my little friend Marley. I suggest you get a little dog. This little dog is so attached to me that it's unreal. And I love her to death. I couldn't make it without her. Right, Marley? Right? Oh, my God. She's a little camera shy. Anyway. You are Pooh. Her name's Marley, but I call her Pooh because she reminds me of Winnie the Pooh. Alright, so back to COPD and emphysema. You're in for a wild ride. Get ready for it. God bless you. And I'm sorry. I tell you what, I wish with my whole heart that y'all didn't have it. I really do. With my whole heart, I wish that y'all didn't have it. But you got it, so you're going to have to learn to live with it. At least for a little while anyway. They gave me 3 to 5. Like I said, I don't know if I said it before, but they gave me 3 to 5. And a year if I keep smoking. Well, I ain't quitting smoking, so. Yeah, I think I did say it. And that's another thing. Your memory's going to start slipping a little bit. I don't know. Mine's real bad. But I don't want to get into that right now. But yeah. So that's COPD and emphysema for me. My life stuck in a room doing nothing. But I have a dream. You see, in this room, I took care of a little lady until she passed. And I promised myself that when it came my time, I was going to do something good. Well, anyway, I had a Harley. And a hot water heater went out. And oh yeah, get back to the story. That time that I was in the hospital, my doctor just came in 10 years ago and told me I had emphysema and walked out. Yeah, well, it paid off, and I got, it was a car wreck. I got $2,300 from my part, pain and suffering. So I got me a Harley. And, man, I tell you what, it was the best few years of my life. I went to school for it, got my license, and rode for a few years, just riding around the block, you know. When things would get rough, I'd hop on my bike and go for a ride. And after that, I felt great. Everything was okay with the world, you know. But like I said, our hot water heat went out when I was taking care of my mother-in-law, and we needed some food, and a few bills needed to get paid, so the bike had to go. And I promised myself my last wish is to have another bike. Well, being on SSI and not being able to do anything, that's pretty, chances are slim to none. Well, my son, God bless him, the other day put in my hand the keys to a 2001 Chevy Impala that I'm looking to trade, for a motorcycle cruiser. I'd love a Harley 1200 or above, but you know, any cruiser will work, really. I need something to sit on. See, that's the thing about a motorcycle. You're not doing anything. You're sitting down. You're going, They told me that if I drove and I had an accident, passing out or something, that they'd probably take my license. Well, I understand that, and I wouldn't drive a car and risk, you know, anybody else's life. But sitting on a motorcycle and going and going around the block a few times before I die, I don't think it's going to hurt nobody. So that's my last wish. That's another thing. Y'all gonna get a last wish. You're gonna carry it in your heart. You're gonna dwell on it, because it's better than thinking about what's happening to your body and the things that are gonna come. Hospital beds and oxygen. But I tell you what, hospice is a blessing. True blessing. And then the people that work for our healthcare industry are so overlooked, and I feel like such a burden. And my nurse, every time I only have them come in once a week. They asked me that I wanted, you know, for them to come in more, and once a week was fine, just to check on me, make sure, you know, I'm okay, and check my vitals and everything, listen to my lungs, and God bless them. God bless them. Well, I was thinking about how kind they were. I got off track and forgot what I was talking about. But our nurses and doctors in our healthcare industry are so overlooked nowadays, and I think it is messed up. It's really messed up. You know, I mean, they're doing everything they can, and I feel like such a burden. And oh, that's it. My nurse told me that I wasn't a burden because I don't ever call in or bug them or anything. But I don't, unless something bad's going on, I'm not gonna bug them, you know. And he told me as soon as my stuff in my lungs started turning brown again, to hit him up because it's a sign of infection. That's another thing. When the mucus in your lungs turns from clear to kind of a brown, that's an infection. You want to go, you know, get that checked out. If it turns to a yellow and starts getting real, that's, you sick. But anyway, guys and girls, I guess that's enough for my first video. We climb it up on 15 minutes, and I think I freaked you guys and girls out enough. So once again, if I can get her up here, this is my best friend Marley, and you'll be seeing, you'll be seeing a lot of her, and God bless y'all, and I'm sorry you got it. Maybe we can put our heads together and try to work it out. If anything else, have a little bit of fun and talk, and Hey, if I get that bike traded for a car, car traded for a bike, see, that's another thing, messes with your head a little bit. Uh, I'll get that GoPro and we'll go for some rides. And yeah, I've got some videos on YouTube with me riding my Harley. You put in Al Bundy, Dallas, Texas. That's Al Bundy, Dallas, Texas. You can see me riding my bike. It's some crazy videos I put on there. My son did it. Okay, I'm gonna blame my son on it. All right. He did a lot of the filming, like when I got the mask on and everything. So it was kind of funny. Yeah, there was a mask involved. But anyway, God bless y'all. And yeah, I said it. That's right. God bless y'all. And as far as you liberals out there, and you anti-gun owners, hey, we gotta do what we gotta do nowadays. It's a scary world out there, and I live in Texas. That's right, Dallas, Texas. We're an open carry state now, and it was fun for about. Oh, you know what? I got a little bit of time on here. It's only 6:20. You know what? I'm going to talk to you guys a few more minutes about this. We're going to switch over from COPD to open carry. For once, the good people in this state can defend themselves against the crazy bad guys out there. Well, anyway. It's fun for a few days toting the gun around, but you know what? They heavy. Get you a lightweight gun. You got COPD? Get a lightweight gun. You don't need no heavy gun. You need something small, something you can put in your pocket. Trust me. But anyway, I don't understand. You know, Second Amendment. I think it's the Second Amendment. I don't want to get my amendments wrong, so. Y'all want to leave a comment below and go off on me for that, I apologize. But the right to bear arms, I think, is a God-given right, and our forefathers wrote the Constitution and put it in there. So I don't understand why, you know, good people can't arm themselves and protect themselves against bad people. I just don't get that. But yeah, it was fun for a few days, tote my gun around, but now it's just, you know, hey, it's a gun, it's a tool. Just like your car's a tool and everything else is a tool. A gun's a tool. You know, it's there for two uses. It's to get food or defend yourself. And I don't have to hunt. So I don't walk around with nothing too big. I carry a 9 and Smith & Wesson. And God bless Texas. I hope that doesn't get me unmonitorized or monitored. I don't know what all that stuff is. I'm just making these videos for you good people out there that got COPD and emphysema. And I had to throw this little gun thing in there. I hope it wasn't a bad thing. You say the wrong things nowadays and they'll kick you off and do all that stuff. Man, I'm going to try to make this channel as good, wholesome as I can, and so you're free to have your youngins watch if you want, you know. That's if they understand the whole COPD and emphysema thing. It's kind of scary. Okay, it's real scary. Anyway, we only got a minute left before we got 20 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, and I sure hope I talked loud enough for this video. And if I didn't, I'm not doing it again. I might. I probably will. I'll probably do it again. Alright. God bless you guys. And I guess at 19:30 we out.